Have you ever wondered what a multi-million-dollar pitch for some, really cutting-edge tech company actually looks like? Well, today, we're going to go inside one. We're deconstructing the investor pitch for a company called Cloakworks, and we're going to see not just what their amazing technology does, but how they build a story that's compelling enough to turn that tech into serious capital. Let's dive in.
So every great pitch kicks off with a massive, urgent problem, and Cloakworks frames it with this one simple question. In a world that runs on AI and data, this is the fundamental dilemma facing finance, healthcare, pretty much every major industry, right? Do you unlock the incredible power of your data, or do you lock it down to keep it private and secure?
And right away, they tell you it's a trap. They call it the false choice. See, on one side, you've got data power, the ability to run AI, find those game-changing insights. But to do that, you have to expose your data, risking huge breaches and all sorts of compliance nightmares. Then, on the other side, you've got data privacy. You'll lock everything down, but guess what? All those valuable insights just stay trapped inside. According to this pitch, this isn't some small inconvenience, it is a trillion-dollar problem.
So part one of their whole story is about defining the sheer scale of this problem. A great pitch never ever starts with the solution. It makes the audience really feel the pain of the problem first. It makes them get just how much this so-called false choice is costing everybody.
And they don't just say it's a problem. They break down the pain into three really specific costs. This isn't abstract. First, the exposure risk. AI models have to see data to learn, which usually means decrypting it. That is a huge no-go under rules like HIPAA and healthcare or GDPR over in Europe. Then there's what they call the collaboration wall. Just imagine banks trying to share fraud data to catch criminals. They can't do it because it would mean sharing sensitive customer info. And finally, the financial costs. We're talking the very real price of data breaches and massive compliance fines. They're making it crystal clear. This is a huge business problem.
Okay, so after they've painted this picture of a giant, expensive problem, the pitch pivots. This is that magic moment, It's where they introduce their answer. This is the part of the story where the hero shows up with what seems like an impossible new superpower. And here it is. The core tech is called homomorphic encryption. Now, it sounds super complex, but the idea behind it is, honestly, it's breathtakingly simple and powerful. It's a way to work on data while it's still locked up, while it's still fully encrypted. Just think about that for a second. You can analyze it, process it, and get insights from the most sensitive information without ever having to expose it. The data is never, ever at risk. And this is just a brilliant way to explain such a complex idea. They use an analogy, the secure glove box. So you put your sensitive data inside a locked, transparent box. You can see it, you can work on it using these special secure gloves, but you can never actually take it out of the box. The data, your customer records, your patient files, it all stays completely secure, always. It's just a genius way to make something that sounds impossible feel totally intuitive.
Okay, so you've presented a problem and a magical solution. For an investor, the very next question is always, well, can't someone else just copy you? This is where you have to prove your idea is defensible. You have to show them your moat, the barrier that protects your castle from all the competitors.
And Cloakworks kicks off its defense with a huge number. See, the big problem with homomorphic encryption in the past is that it's been incredibly slow, way too slow for any real-world use. This number right here is Cloakworks' claim that their special sauce makes it 10 to 100 times faster than anyone else. That speed is what turns a cool science project into a product that companies will actually buy.
And they don't just stop there. They're building a fortress with 3 different layers. The cryptographic moat, well, that's that speed advantage we just saw. The agentic moat is about their unique AI architecture, which is built to protect itself from being tampered with. But the data moat, that might be the most powerful one. By letting companies securely share data with each other, they create a network effect. The more clients who use Cloakworks, the more valuable the service becomes for everyone on the platform. Now that is a powerful defense. Right, so great tech and a strong moat are absolutely essential. But investors invest in businesses, not just inventions. So now the pitch has to shift gears again and show exactly how this incredible innovation is going to make money. It's time to talk business.
This slide just gets straight to the point. The model is a tiered SaaS, software as a service, which investors absolutely love because it means recurring revenue. They show they already have some traction, $1.5 million in annual recurring revenue. But the real killer metric here is the net revenue retention, or NRR, at over 115%. What that means is their existing customers aren't just staying, they're actually spending 15% more each year. That is a huge green flag for a healthy, growing business.
So where is all this growth going to come from? The pitch shows a really clear go-to-market plan. They're targeting the industries with the biggest data privacy headaches first: finance, healthcare, and the industrial Internet of Things. And this is just a smart strategy. You go where the pain is most acute because those are the customers who are most motivated to buy your solution.
So, we've heard the problem, the solution, the defense, and the business plan. The whole story has been building and building to this very moment. This is the climax of the pitch, where after showing all their value, they finally get to what they need to make this whole vision a reality. But first, a quick but crucial point about the team. Investors know that ideas are one thing, but execution is everything. For a company like this, they're not just betting on the technology. They're betting that these founders have that rare mix of world-class crypto expertise and the business smarts to actually scale it into a massive company.
And here it is, the ask, $15 to $20 million. This is the fuel they're asking for to pour into the engine they've just spent this entire presentation describing. It's a clear, confident number, and it signals the scale of their ambition. And crucially, they show exactly where that fuel is going. A big chunk, 40%, goes right back into R&D to make that technology moat even wider. 35% is for sales and go-to-market to speed up growth, and the rest is for scaling up their operations. This tells an investor that their money isn't going to be wasted. There is a clear, strategic plan for every single dollar.
And they end with this: a really powerful, forward-looking mission statement. See, they're not just selling a feature. They're positioning themselves as a fundamental piece of infrastructure for the entire future of AI. It leaves the investor with this sense of immense possibility. And, it leaves us with a question. If data privacy and data power are no longer a choice you have to make, what kinds of new innovations will that unlock for the world?